All right.
Alright, what happens here? So,
Nut bomb, by the way.
so they fucked up right there,
I
right? That
nutted.
was them fucking up. Not like a great bomb, not a good team play, right? That was just them fucking up.
Ooh, and
I
then I
think we
got
can
a
all
couple
agree right there.
picks. Yeah. Yeah, they misplayed, and then we just cleaned up.
So
Then we get,
with
then we do,
that,
then we do push up a good amount. At least less than I. I don't know if Reader comes along eventually.
so right here, right? If you look right here, like you guys should be pushing.
Yeah, we should be at that Ryan, or like,
So like
at
the
least
door's
using our
open,
Ryan to
right?
contest him.
But like, why is Reader holding up shield?
I get, yeah. Yeah, if we had been like once we got the cap, like we knew that they were all dead. We probably should have pushed up.
So right there, that bomb was a good bomb, right? But Reader should have charged, because that could have been like a quadra or at
Yeah,
least a
true.
triple, right?
I didn't
Yeah,
because they were like in the most open area and they were just pushing and pushing and pushing.
yeah.
So
Lust.
like they
If
should
when
all
you
be dead.
bomb, like if Reader's not doing it, when you bomb, you should say charge Ryan.
Okay, well, because yeah, I'm doing like a good job of telling you guys that I'm gonna bomb. Like, I actually had a
Yeah, but
different
like
plan for the
don't
bomb, but
don't assume that like when you say I'm gonna bomb that means that means that Soup's gonna amp speed and that Reader's gonna charge the Rhine. Like
okay, I'll give step by step
like
instructions.
like for
like
now, if you need it to happen and you want it to happen, you can tell people what to do.
it's not
You guys
bad
don't you
to
guys don't have like the synergy to where you're like, oh, bomb is going in, now I have to do that.
yeah, like those we have to take the baby steps first. So like microing Reader a little bit, like
Like
micromanaging him a tiny bit,
it'll also help him like know exactly what you want or like what he expects to do or
or
what
like
he's
what
expected to
you
do.
yeah what you expect out of him because he doesn't know if you don't tell him.
Cause like who's in this bomb? If this video was
Three people would have
that four
you
people
would
would have died right
no
there,
because the
right?
Zarya had bubble, but you would have got the Widow
Or
too,
but like everyone should have basically
and
died.
then the
Reader
Widow
wouldn't have died if he
yes
charged.
yes
And so like that could have been a really clean play. Like not bad as it is, but like it could have been like really clean, right?
mm.
If that happened, you guys would have probably gotten the cart to like up here before they even got back and got ready to contest, right?
And then we could have held the next corner.
Yeah. It puts you in a really good spot. And that's just something that you guys have to like figure out. Like noticing when you have these opportunities and like how you have to grab them. And maybe if you play goats more often, like you'll get like the hang of like the batter the bash shatter, the bash bomb, like the shatter bomb, the grab bombs, all that stuff. And like all of those are like really simple concepts, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like super easy to put two skills together, right? But it's really hard in practice because it's just so hectic, right?
I just had an idea. Um, what if we started to play more goats? Like we use one of these scrims to play like mainly traditional like Ryan goats. Um, with like Moira or Ana mainly, and
Um,
we we use that to like specifically practice these before we like try like I don't know. I guess it would help our alt combo game a lot if we
yeah,
just like hard
and
practice goats.
and part of that is literally just doing it and playing and being like, oh, I should have done this. That's literally it. Because you can tell a Brig that she needs to bash the Rhine for a bomb, but then like saying that and doing it in practice are like two completely different things, right? Like if you tell your Zarya like in goats v goats, right? Your Zarya bubbles are like basically priceless, If you tell your Zarya just like hold bubble for me, like in practice, what's gonna happen is like if she just holds on to bubble forever, your line's gonna get smashed and die, and then you're gonna still have the bubble, and you're like, what the fuck? It just doesn't work out the same way in like theory as it does in game. So like you have to be really smart about it, and the only way you can like know when you should use things is just to play it out and see what happens. It's like, oh, I should have done this then. And that's why VODs are really important. But like right here, Reader should have definitely charged, and that should have been at least the 3k plus the Zarya should have died right after anyways. Because you can speed onto that. And that's just like something you can think of as you go.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point.
But yeah, you got the stagger on the Widow and the Hanzo.
I almost kill Zenyatta here, I think. Oh, no. This is where I get picked. Oh, this hurts. Headshot.
And that's just unlucky. Like, there's not really too much you can do except. Like,
I just try to take the direct aim duel.
Yeah.
Just like, I guess what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, like, how do you think we could have won this? Like
assuming that I'm dead. Okay.
Like, okay, assuming you're dead, and like, let's say Reader doesn't get stuck right here, right?
Uh-huh.
So like right here, what do you do to win?
You could either break Ryan's shield because it's really close to being broken.
Yeah.
Or
What else?
walk past them and shatter.
Okay, which one's a better idea?
Break shield.
Yeah, right. So you break their shield. You have to look out for their bubble, right? Azaria can basically block an entire shatter if she's close enough to the Rhyme. So if you keep track of Zarya's bubble and you look at their shields, right, you can force a shatter here. They're not undercover. They have nothing to like help block it really except Zarya. Right? And then once you shatter them, they should all die.
I don't know if you heard it, but I definitely call for shatter, and then Nano.
Because like Juice is in prime position, like he's like 2-3 arrows away, especially if Jonak's putting pressure on the shield.
Yeah, like,
it's like we're like probably
like, Juice is
2
in a
seconds.
really good spot here, right? He's on the Mega and flanking, so they can't push up past, right? Or else they're gonna get shot in the back, right? They can't contest the cart because their shield is low. So if you guys be the aggressor, because they're in a really shitty spot right now, you wipe them and you can probably end the game off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what actually happens, but let's see.
Zarya aggresses into Reader. So Juice kills Zarya. Reader gets aggressed into.
So Jonak just dies to Dragon, and he really shouldn't have, because that was like not even close, right? And that's just like a misplay. That's like an individual misplay.
Mm-hmm.
But right then, we could have won there, right? Like, assuming Raider found an opportunity for Shatter, that was winnable.
My brain, dude. I'm like, don't switch off Rain.
Did he switch off?
No, I tell him specifically not to switch off Ryan, to use Shatter, because they can't do anything against it at this point.
So I swapped to McCree here.
Because they have a Tracer.
Yeah, and also, so right there, if you pause, the reason why we did this is because I was just like, this Ryan's really passive. I could probably walk up to him, flash over his shield while we get a shatter off, but I was antsy and I didn't communicate effectively, so we didn't do a countdown. So I flash, Reader sees the stun go up, and then he shatters.
Oh, but it was too late.
But it's too late, yeah. So like this, I think could have, like, we had a plan here. Like, this could have been a really effective shatter. Like, he probably would have got 3.
And that's just something that you have to like practice by playing together.
Yeah, if you do you have audio on? Because like right after
I have
we
it on really low.
oh, you should turn it up because after this one, Reader's like, you probably should have, and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. Next.
Okay, I missed time.
Reloading.
Yeah, that's like a misplay, but
No.
Yeah.
that's a misplay and it's unfortunate, but like the planning's good.
Can we,
Yeah, right
That's
here.
not that
flash
bad.
or shadow?
And like you guys know that you guys have lost, so you guys all get the fuck out and don't feed. That's also really good.
Should I go get
We can
King?
still nano Ryan. We can still nano Ryan.
Nah, we need.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have anything to do it, but let's try and get grab out of them first.
They have shadow.
So this is a pretty good plan on Lust. He was like, let's dry push and then set up a juicy grab so they can't resist it.
Well, what?
That's unfortunate. Like the hammer just barely passed it.
Yeah, so like you guys said dry push, but then you used feet.
Oh no, sorry. Next fight I think is the one where we do that. This one, how did we wait? Can we go back? How did we lose this one? Because we got like 3 picks.
It's because of shatter.
Well, what?
Oh yeah, shatter.
Yeah,
Big
Ryan
shatter.
walks past the
You
street.
guys lost off.
But we got 2 picks while they were while we were shattered.
So if you go,
I just like I want to know the moment where this fight turned from like us getting 2 picks to
so Lust is half.
Hunter dead.
we get 1 pick.
Well, what?
Yeah. So everyone's really low because of,
Oh yeah, everyone's super low. Okay.
and then Reader doesn't get mana, so he dies.
Yeah.
Once Reader dies, everyone dies
Yeah.
because they just farm you, right?
Okay, makes sense.
And then good call on getting the fuck out because otherwise you're feeding.
Who called it?
The only thing I can say
Lusted.
is we.
Nice.
If you're gonna
Nice
be
Lust.
a diva,
If you shield me, I can
Yeah,
do that
like-
as well. Or like
I think
DM.
Lust
time,
should be able to
like
eat
you
it.
got you're lucky because you got a lot of ult charge
Yeah,
to
but we
get
need
your
to
neck
get
back,
back.
but otherwise you just run into them
You
and
got
die.
back.
Okay, okay.
Raiders alone. Raiders alone, guys.
Because ideally they'll just
Yeah, so Lust is like here, big grab. They're gonna make a big grab.
Tracer behind. Tracer behind. Tracer dead.
We got her.
okay. That's good. See right here, what you guys can do is soft reset. You don't have to fight here.
Well, we had decided that we wanted to give them that.
Raiders alone. Raiders alone, guys.
But like you can force more out of them.
I definitely messed up that play because I was right about to eat it, but I.
So right here you're, oh, well you're right here. Your Rhine shield's really low,
Tracer behind. Tracer behind.
right? You guys probably should have been speeding this entire distance because Reader's shield is gone, right? It's gone by the time you guys are up to them, and now he has no shield, and their Rhine like still has at least half, or about half, right?
He also doesn't shield hop, does he?
I don't think so.
If he's shield hopping with speed, we make it.
You
Oh, he
guys
is shield
got
hopping a
there,
bit,
and
but he's not putting shield down when he hops.
And so like that was a fat grab, and like they used everything on you,
Yeah,
but like
we made it juicy for him.
it's just like part of min maxing. Like you guys could have gotten in if Reader had shield and got in, he could have probably had ult.
I see what you're saying. Like, still plan on getting that out of them. Hopefully, we eat it.
Like
If
you like even if
but,
you're
like, get
planning
more
on
value.
fighting, right? You're trying to get your ult. No matter who you're playing, right? You want your ult.
I can
As
agree with
fast as
that.
possible and as often as possible. And so, like they used 3 ults right there, right? And that's fine. They wiped you. Okay, fine. They used 3 ults. You used nothing. But it's just like you're trying to get ults out of them too. Like part of like taking a dry push is so that you can get your ult yourself, not necessarily just to like make them waste their ults. So like if you go back, I don't know who had ult when, but like Lust was 40%. You just switched, right? And by the end of this, like you guys have ult,
Yeah, but we need to get
but
back
you
there.
guys are just going into die
got back,
anyways.
Okay.
Raiders all out.
And that's
Raiders
kind
all
of a
out.
waste.
Juiciest grab. Everybody just stand close. Make it
So like,
not
you kind of only want to drive push
Press
when
behind,
you
press
don't
behind.
think you can win with
Press
what
it.
ults you do have,
Give
but
me
I
two,
think
give
you
me
guys
two,
had a
give me
chance
two.
to win.
Oh my god.
Like, let's say
Get back.
You got
let's
back.
say you guys roll out here, right?
Okay.
Raiders all out. Raiders all out,
Make it the
guys.
juiciest grab. Everybody just stand close. Make it.
Right here, Reader pushes up, Lust pushes up, Juice stays relatively far behind, Soup goes up with tanks, right? If you stay here and Jonak stays there, right? And you nano high noon, right? Even if they do that, they can't really push off of it, and they waste all their ults realistically. And high noon's not a really like game changing. Like it can be game changing, but it's not a great ult, right?
No.
And like I said, nano is expendable. So if you do get grabbed, it'll just be your tanks. If they try to push in, you're here. Ryan has the hard shield, and if they keep pushing forward, you can actually team wipe them because of just how much damage a nanoed high noon can do. Because one shot can break shield, and all the other shots will kill. And even if your tanks die, that can still be winnable. Like, let's say you do that and it doesn't. Like, whatever. So like, it's just what you can try to get out of it.
Oh my god.
And good attempt to eat the dragon, but like, he was just too far.
Yeah. We made it juicy for him. So they
Hey,
used
I'm
their
gonna
ulti.
bomb.
We need a
I'm gonna
swap
bomb
if they're
Deadeye.
fast.
Bomb Deadeye.
Okay, so
bomb
you guys
Deadeye.
plan bomb
Bomb
Deadeye.
Deadeye sounds good. Reader shield.
It actually ends up working out.
Alright, wait for Genji.
Alright.
Let's
It's
say
like
that no one dies to bomb them one.
Let's go.
no, it's like double zoning ults. That's the plan.
Tracer's behind.
Like they're gonna die to one
I
of
don't
them.
think I don't think we push in like enough.
So like, see, Soup is speeding, right? Reader should be in their faces.
Alright.
Right here, you guys roll out.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's start the.
Reader again's like he can just run up. Like we have D Matrix, he can just run up with no shield.
So bomb goes out. Soup changes the speed and amps, right? Right here.
Nice.
You guys are running in. Reader has no reason to shield here, right?
No.
He should be like running at them, right? Ideally, he could even charge them.
I mean, Soup says to push on it. He does say that.
Yeah, I'm just saying like it's just something the Ryan should be doing.
There's a Tracer behind.
I chased Honda so far here. You probably shouldn't have.
Huge.
This is fine. Get in their spawn. This I liked this.
So right here,
If the
you
team
guys-
if we had some if like the one of the supports came up, like if Ana came up with us, it would have been better.
Honor has no reason to be up here, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, not like up there, but I mean
Way
like
back
just like
there.
supporting us.
Yeah, Cart's way back there. Soup should be in here.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Soup
like
should be in here
yeah.
because he's your insurance policy. If they all start running out of spawn, and you're like, holy shit, we have to get back. You speed out.
True. Speed repeals.
Yeah, I don't know where I am actually. There I am.
You do come up. I think you were like, you didn't know if Jonak was gonna have cart.
Like, if Jonak's not on cart, just tell him
Go,
to
go,
get on
go, go.
cart.
Kill Tracer and help.
Yeah.
I'm on Tracer.
We really do ought to be a lot more direct with each other. I feel like a lot of us fear being rude.
Nicely.
Nice.
So like the idea
The
was
only
right.
glaring
You
issue
want
with that
like
that I
if
just
you
noticed
if you're trying to like get the point, and they all just died, you need to try to spawn camp them. Because every second you keep them in their spawn, they're not stopping the cart, and they have to use everything to try to get out, and they will use everything to try to get out. And funneling through a doorway is probably the worst thing you can do against a Reinhardt. Honestly, right? Is there any other map you guys want to check out?
What was the other one that was close?
Was it Oasis?
Oh no, it was Horizon. Horizon was close. No, we got rolled on Oasis.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we got destroyed.
Did we play Horizon?
We did play Horizon.
I think
Is
we're
it like first map?
doing the things.
Oh, this is the Oasis. We ran goats.
No, this one we got rolled on. We
No.
didn't get close.
No, Horizon we did good. We got rolled on our defense, but we almost capped on attack. Can we look at our attack?
Alright, time's up.
Alright, go left side, but stay together. What? No, because on attack, don't
Yeah, exactly.
don't
We get Ryan
Juice
shield
and
up.
Jonak get picked off like immediately.
What do we want to do?
I want to do.
Like, as you're swinging that first hammer, call the target.
Another.
Oh yeah, we were just discussing Reader target calling because it's goats comp, so like Reader needed to be more vocal about like, you know, what he was on.
Looks like they're gonna try to smoke.
I get a phone call mid match.
Yeah, right here. You guys should just have gone like into the room. Like you guys should have just gone like that, so Ryan's shield would still be like healthy. And there's.
Oh yeah, because you could just like pop D Matrix for that.
Yeah. Like this like going like this is shorter, but it opens you up to a lot of damage.
Hmm.
That like if you just take the 3 seconds it takes to get around here, you don't have to. And dying takes a lot longer than like going in this little room to save yourself. And gives them less ult charge, right?
Everybody underneath.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
Also, when we get to that little doorway, there's a mega there, and there's still a route.
Yeah, I knew that.
So
Like we
that
could
was actually
path.
kind of like Reader's fault a little bit. So or actually just both things.
Nobody
You guys-
says that they're pulled though. Like if somebody said they were pulled, I could have like turned around fast.
Yeah, but like point being is like you guys need to be like all right here. If you guys are all together, that's when Goats is strongest because you get pulled and because you're way over there. Reader's here. And you guys are all squishy. Like Zarya isn't squishy, but
Semi squishy.
she's pretty squishy.
400 HP, no armor.
And so because of that,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
there.
I knew that was gonna happen.
And now you guys
Just
are
like
just all
They're gonna
charged.
fight bunkers, so.
It doesn't matter. If you
Like they're stupid and give you a tick, and that realistically
Yeah,
shouldn't
if
have
we didn't
happened.
get
But
support,
you guys are
if
just feeding
our supports didn't
because
get
your
picked there,
support's dead,
then-
and now you're at a huge ultimate advantage.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I
Well, the
say,
Aristo kinda
Like they pretty much all have like 50% ult over
I
us.
say,
Yeah.
I say let's
And
play
so,
a
like-
bit more patient.
Which Jonak?
There's
Jesus.
Immediate.
left or right.
And so that should have been
I knew that was gonna
like right here. That should have been a pause. Like hold up, back the fuck up, or get back here. Like they're first off they're just too far. Like you can't really help them. Second off, no one's protecting the squishies.
I guess yeah, it's like partly on the tanks for being a bit too giddy, and
Well,
and
like-
partly on us for not calling that we got pulled.
The thing is, like, so am I supposed to look back and know that they're not like right there? Because I mean,
think
we're
As a
trying to
diva,
go.
you shouldn't be in the very front for goats. Or like when you're trying to like funnel your way through, you should just be like staring at your supports. Cause like if anything comes at them, you just DM it.
Yeah, you're like the
And
peel
otherwise,
bot,
they're
and then like
just behind
Zarya's like
Ryan's
the
shield.
Zarya's the normal off tank, and then Diva's like sort of like yeah, like a peel
Like
bot.
you're there to protect your squishies and like the big cooldowns. But like otherwise, it's basically Ryan Zarya.
That's kind of boring.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I get it.
And so like when I roll out, what I kind of think about is like if you're right here, Lust, right? You can kind of just stare at what's coming and eat it as it comes. And like if you see Ryan too far, you just say, Ryan, get the fuck back here and hold up shield. And like let's say by here, Reader's shield is broken, you go into the room. Say, we need to recharge shield. And like that's all very valid. But because you guys don't do that, you feed an entire team's worth of ult charge, and you guys have none.
Yep.
Everybody underneath, everybody
We go again.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
just take a fight, get ult
They're
charge.
gonna
He's over there
Those
being a
those
negative Nancy.
like those grenades are really unlucky, but like it could have been prevented.
It was really the Orisa pull that got us.
I don't know if they're unlucky because he just farmed like that. Junkrat farms us the entire game. Like this entire game, he just is constantly hitting.
Because if you look back,
Just take a fight.
like
I gotta pee, guys. I'll be back.
Yeah,
I'll be
I knew
back.
that was gonna happen.
Everybody underneath, everybody underneath, everybody.
so Richie's about to bubble here, right? And Brig always has shield. But one goes right in front of the bubble, one goes right behind, and both die. I think that's pretty unlucky.
I don't know, man. I mean, he knew they were coming there, and so the chances
I know,
are-
but like, I think that's honestly unlucky. But it could be prevented. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I knew.
And you guys died.
I don't know why. This was not a good map. I don't know why. You don't like, even know how to play goats or anything. So,
Well, the Arista kind of like bopped us to like out of it.
I say,
Okay,
I say
so
let's
you guys
play
are like
more
trying to
patient.
figure out what the fuck to do
Let's-
now because you got
Let's
stumped.
go left side.
And you're like, holy shit, trying to like reconsider things.
I disagreed with this left side because it just gives them so much space to just shoot at us. I think the same exact thing happens here. We get dynamite.
Wait for Diva, wait for Diva.
Reader just keeps walking forward without me.
Yeah, so,
Everybody just now they all have ults.
so something to consider here is they're holding up top,
That's
right?
crazy.
If you go over there, go into space, they can't shoot you, right?
Yeah, and the main reason that I had said to go right was not because, right is faster, but the one game that Impact was there for, where we ran goats, he specifically said if you go underneath them, they can't shoot at you during that whole time. Somebody can set up a crossfire, but that's one person as opposed to the entire team, and they're not going to drop down. They're going to
But,
turn
like,
around.
if you go into space, what happens?
You can brawl with them for free.
No, like if you go into space, unless they want to go out into space and meet you, what are they gonna do?
Like, you just get to brawl with them for free.
Like
Bro,
you
don't
you
go
go
out.
through space, unless they meet you in space, which is like non-ideal, right, for anyone really. But like if you're goats versus like them and like goats versus them in space, they can't move. You can kind of move because at least you have a Lucio. They're screwed. You guys recharge shield, you get all your cooldowns, you're in space. You can't take any more poke damage, right? You come out the door over here. They either have the option of trying to like force you to stay back in space, or they have to rotate. Right? A smart team would rotate, right? To try to make space. So they'd hold like back here, stick you through. You'd try to like run at them, right? And that's when you have to amp speed and use your DM and then use your shield and then get in their faces and try to kill them. Or you can come out of space, drop down, and do the same thing, but you wouldn't have fed fuck tons of ult charge and almost died doing it.
Sad day.
Yep.
Sad match.
Horizon's a really hard map. Actually, really hard.
This is
It's a really fucking hard map.
But I feel like now we know how to
I
run
don't blame
goats.
you guys for fucking up goats.
Like if somebody tries to set up in a bunker there, now we know what to
Shield under
do.
them, or else
Oh.
my shield's just gonna break.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. So
I feel like now we know what to do though.
Yeah.
look, we can
Like if somebody tries to run bunker on us on Horizon,
save.
it's like now we just go through space and we win.
Because we need to get the point. We can't afford.
Like that's a plan.
Also, what they're gonna try to do, right, is when you drop out of space and onto point, right? Diva drops, right? That's like what bunker is designed to do. Diva just falls onto the ground, contests point, and then because she's the only one on point, you guys like beat her up, and then she's like, okay, time to get the fuck out of here, flies up, right? Your Brig should know that that's exactly what Diva wants to do, so she should hold on this onto bash, stun her out of her flying, and then you just kill the Diva.
Like once
They're
she
down to
uses
Diva.
the like right when she starts to use the mobility cooldown.
Yeah, then she gets stunned, she has no booster, she's dead. Then the Ursa drops, right? Because she's the next tanky person. Then you just beat the shit out of the Ursa. And you want this to be really fucking fast. Because if it's not fast enough, that junk is gonna just farm you.
Yeah, I guess then in hindsight, I make a bunch of wonky calls during our goats push. Then I'm like, let's go left, let's be patient. It's like that's not right at all.
Like you
So
have
like
to
that's like a
consider
huge error on my part.
you have to consider like what you're trying to do and what they're trying to do, and then what you can do to thwart them in their effort.
Like they're trying to spam us out so that we have to expend resources before we can get to
Yeah.
brawl with them.
Yeah, what I say is I say, let's take the fight to point because they have to send someone down and they really don't want to take the fight on point. They want to deal with us before we get to point because taking the fight on point, we win, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're
The hard part
to-
is pathing to point.
Yeah, and that's just like
Like we
teamwork.
die pathing to point, like until the fourth push we make it.
Did you guys cap this point?
Yeah.
And it has to do with the fact that we're also running Zen goats here, which is dumb. We should be running more goats.
I don't think.
Nah, we're so much less susceptible to spam. Like,
I don't think it really matters.
No, it matters
either.
a lot. It makes a huge difference.
trust me, because like,
I don't-
so like goats v goats is the only time that you want to run Zen goats. Because it wins the neutral game against other.
Okay. Think of it like this. Let's say your tanks take a hell of a beating on your way there, right? But no one dies, right? Then it doesn't really matter what kind of goats you're running, right? Zen goats is actually probably better if for burning people on the point. But realistically, what's gonna happen? Their DPS is gonna stay on top. You're gonna be on the ground, and you're gonna be taking fuck tons of spam. Who's better in that situation?
Oh, needed. My reasoning is because for this, if we can melt down people that they send, it didn't matter, but we never got the point.
And that's
So-
because we didn't have a Moira or an Ana.
Another thing that you guys can consider is like, you guys fucked up your first goats push. Should you even be running goats?
I think here running a Moira goats is totally valid.
Like they have shit tons of ult charge from the first two pushes, right? So like, should you be running more or goats at all? Because now they just have ult advantage, and they're gonna keep farming you unless they fuck up really bad.
So what would we do in place of that? Like dive?
Yeah, you would run dive. First, you'd have to stay in cover and not take poke, but like, ideally, you just dive on them.
And like
And
burn
you can't
Ana
do too
Zen.
much.
They do run Ana Zen like the whole freaking game, like the
And
whole
they're
match.
very diveable.
Yes.
Like maybe if you killed them enough, they'd switch. But like until you kill them, they get
So much value.
yeah. So that's just like something to consider because like after a first completely failed goats push, you guys are literally just like trying to get your ults in time to like get another push that might work. But the entire time you're doing that, they're just gonna kill you over and over and over again.
Yep,
Okay,
let's go.
just watch out for the trap next time.
Wait for Brig, wait for Brig. Brig's way behind us, guys. Make sure that Brig and Zen don't get left behind. Literally stand right next to us, okay? Everybody walks the same.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Can you speed? Can you speed? Let's all go through. All go through.
Everybody stand close, stand close, stand close, stand close.
That was much tighter.
Alright, now we're
Yeah,
on.
so that's what it should be. Right?
And
Then we all
then
get anted.
Reader misplaces shield and we all get antied.
Bob's discorded.
Well, ideally,
Steven next, Steven
Steven,
next.
the shield shouldn't have mattered too much there because the Ana was right on top of you. That should have been something that Lust was
We're
watching
gonna
out
need
for.
to switch. We don't even have like ult. We're just
True.
getting melted by them. Switch to Widow.
But like, that's what your first push should have looked like, right?
Widow Genji dive.
Yeah.
I have all. Should I
Oh, no.
switch now?
Nah,
No.
Shadow's not gonna do much for us here.
Yeah.
On him.
We can't get it on the
We're
bunker.
just letting that jump.
And then we do it. We do switch to dive.
beast on us.
You should be proud of us.
They're gonna have ults now, by the
Yeah,
way.
like you guys figured it probably
Try
wasn't
push,
gonna
try
work.
push. Just go in, just be aggressive.
And I think it could have worked right then and there, that third
Focus
push,
that Junkrat's in middle.
if you guys didn't all get naded and died.
Back up, back up.
But
Push that out. Push that out.
a bit
Dude, Soup, you're insane. You forced trans as Lucio.
Oh, that play.
Yeah. Oh, that play? Oh, the one where I got the most important support ult in the
Well,
game.
no, I didn't. I wasn't looking at it. I didn't know where.
Oh. You win us the fight by baiting out their biggest ability
Yeah, I got.
and booping Zen into a horrible position.
Are you guys okay if I do that more often? Because I only
Yes.
did that because I got really tired of waiting.
Yeah. If you think that you can safely get value, do it and let us know.
ideally, you really should.
I mean, ideally, the tanks are there before you.
Yeah, because I just got that was me being slightly tilted and just rushing it.
Like, I don't blame you for being tilted, because like it's frustrating and all. But
They're
like,
on top.
what probably would have happened if they were slightly better is you would have
Get
died.
out, get out, get
Oof.
out.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be.
I mean,
I thought I was safe.
I tried to play it as safe as possible. That's why I was trying to
Ana's
like.
on high ground.
I took a while to set up. And I was waiting for you guys to go in as well. But
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
guys-
the thing that our dive suffers from the most is just being indecisive, and that's because we've been punished so many times.
So right here, you guys are wasting time. This is like a complete waste of time.
Come on, bro.
Well, I died.
Try and close the gap before you use cooldowns.
But like, a widow doesn't contribute really to a dive nearly
True.
as much as anyone else.
I end up swapping to Doomfist after this push.
So right here, Reader is like way out of position.
Down.
First and foremost, you guys can see through this window right here, right? You can see like who's here, who's there, if anyone's over there, like all of it's visible, right? You like take a second, you take a gander at like where the fuck everyone is, you choose a dive target, and you guys dive. That's what should happen.
Down.
Instead, what happens is Lust, you're all the way over there for whatever reason. You're like way in front. You guys haven't chosen a dive target
Try and
yet.
close the gap before you use cooldowns.
Winston is not blind, okay?
Junkrat, one Junkrat half, Junkrat half, Junkrat half. They're booped off, everybody's off high
Yeah.
ground. Everybody.
So like, why are you there without Reader?
Steven, he's healing, focus Steven, focus Steven. Focus baby Steven, focus baby Steven.
I think Soup's got the right idea.
Winnable.
Like if we took that fight properly, they wouldn't have had they would have been forced to use a much more suboptimal tire.
High ground.
Yeah, if you guys can contest them up there, then I'll get free shots if I hang out down.
Okay, so Lust, you said whatever, it's high ground, right?
Hang
So
out.
you were looking for the dive. Reader,
I'm
I don't know what
I'm
the
gonna go
fuck he's
behind
doing right now.
Peter.
But like,
So I do tell him. I do tell him I'm going over there. I
Like,
just heard it. I
you
tell
guys
him that
should just
I'm,
jump, right? All of you guys should jump. He should stay there, right?
So I think I was trying to close the distance so that I wasn't going like straight at them, you know, from across the map. Because I think the Junkrat and the Zen and the Ana are on this little platform right here, and I booped them off.
Yeah, but you died because you went in alone.
Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yeah,
If
no,
Raiders up there, you can force them off the same way, but you don't get DMAC.
And now you have map control.
And if Juice was there, you could have potentially killed one of their supports, right?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
coordinating that dive so that everyone's going at the same time is really important.
Y'all got the right ideas.
But you just have to do it together, because that's the only reason.
Oh, I want to run dive with you guys. Oh.
So I don't know why Rita just backs off because he hears the tire. If the tire wants him, he's gonna die.
Winnable.
Monkey. Everybody focus monkey. Everybody focus monkey. Everybody focus monkey. Zen.
Good target focus.
Jump.
I could have saved him by DMing, but I was like too focused on killing.
Top.
Watch for that. Sombra. Winches. Oh, never mind.
That's just the rematch, right?
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
push trans. They're gonna stop that.
You guys are losing target focus as like teams.
that's fine. You got two
Like you're calling targets, but no one's focusing. So that's a
Number one.
big thing that has to get worked on. If whoever your designated
I'm actually,
target
I
caller
think
is
I keep
calling
the Doom
something, you
eyeball
guys
now.
have to focus them.
Mm-hmm.
50 to another
Or,
blade.
or like
Probably
you don't
get it.
have to like not.
I
It's
stay
not like
alive.
drop everything and
Oh,
just
yeah.
only focus
We have 2
them.
minutes.
But
You'll get blade.
at your
Let's try
discretion,
have
you
fun,
should just
Let's try push.
try to drop whatever you're
Once I
doing
make
and
camp.
focus them. 'Cause otherwise, it's a lot harder for them to die.
Yeah,
realistically.
I think that'll come with more playtime together.
Yeah.
They're going back high ground, or at least some of them are.
I don't see. They're all hiding.
Winston.
So Winston got called.
Winston.
Winston
Monkey half.
Winston never even worried. Okay, now he's
Monkey
down.
one.
Dude.
Took way too long, right?
Yeah,
Fair.
Far dead.
I get break dash.
Mara.
Rip.
No ults.
So right there, the
Diva.
pretty sure the bomb was inside of the bubble, right? It's inside of the bubble. If Reader says, "Oh, bomb is in the bubble," right? You guys can just keep going. There's no reason to stop. That's like the entire point of that.
No
bubble.
ults.
Diva.
One more. Alright, and that's it. We're getting out of there. Get out. It's
Yeah, we're gonna have Nano Blade. Or
Nice.
Nano win.
That was a pretty good push, though, right?
Their supports are kind of shit.
Well,
right now.
Winston.
You got
Yeah.
you got on point.
Well,
Like
Don't nano
you
win.
guys target focus.
so what we're gonna do?
We got
is
2
we're gonna
ticks.
Throw Winston in there. And he'll get primal.
If you
and
do
he'll-
get DMX like that,
No, yeah, no, I should have just killed myself here, but
yeah, you should have just ran it.
I think I get it like right as the fight starts.
Alright, I'm gonna just. I'm
Let me
jump
do
in
the
there.
mech first.
Okay.
They're all staircase, all of them.
Have a brigade.
Diva's on right side.
I felt pretty good about my Doomfist play here.
Remember, I don't have mech.
I like flush Diva to the middle of the point, out of position,
Doom.
and then I kill Brig,
I'm in a bomb.
and
So right here, Juice is kind of like doing his own thing.
yeah.
Juice should be like here. When
True.
Doom gets called, that's like a dash, a right click, a melee, and he should be dead with everyone else focusing him. Then he has another reset, then you call another target, the next target dies, another reset, another target, rinse and repeat until they're all dead.
Hmm.
So he's out of position here. So I didn't hear him call for nano. He just kind of bladed, right?
Yeah.
So either that wasn't planned or it wasn't calm. Whatever it is, it has to be
Monkey.
right?
It was planned, not calm.
Jump. Somber. What if I get stumped? I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Break.
You said somber, but you were shooting.
Yeah,
at
I know.
the
I
entire
saw that.
time.
Get on point.
I just lose track of her, and I'm like, oh, maybe if I call it, somebody will find her.
Oh, I didn't know that you barriered right after I died. It's unfortunate.
That brig, shaking my head.
Yeah, break is pretty hard to kill. That's why
They
target
swapped
focus
the
is
Moira
actually
to
important.
counter.
That's why I went Doom. Like, not only does it get back to point faster, and like we swap dive, but like she was a pretty big problem.
It's 2 CP. That's what
Like she's
happens.
gonna be a problem. That's why your focus has to be like impeccable. Like a 500 HP shield sounds like kind of a lot, and it is kind of a lot for one person. But for 6 people, 500 HP is like nothing. And so like Brig takes a lot to kill. And she will always take a lot to kill. And the easiest way to kill her is just actually good focus.
Did we win a map against him, or did we get 4-0'd?
We got 4-0'd, but we made 2 maps really close, I thought.
Where's the coalescence? Why is it just not there?
Your guys' target focus has gotten a lot better though. Compared to the good old days of everyone's killing their own thing and nothing is dying.
Oh, you mean like a month ago?
Yeah.
Not even like a week, 2 weeks ago.
We were honestly we've been making strides. We have been making strides.
So good on you guys.
All right, I'm getting pretty tired. I think I gotta go.
I think we're good though. You guys-
Hey, I'm gonna upload these. I'm gonna upload the recordings.
Okay. Any other, like final questions you have?
I'm finna grind here.
If Tracer comes back in the meta, I want a one trigger.
I'm already Tracer.
Oof, what are you gonna do now?
So
I'll go Widowmaker.
Shit.
everybody swap roles.
I'm already Widowmaker. Easy.
Oh, I'll be Bastion.
Ah,
That's his true name.
fucking forget the lyrics.
Nerf Bastion.